Hello everyone and welcome back. Look at this face. This is not a happy face because I've just woke up this morning and the first thing I see as I go online, Callum Wilson injured again. Is somebody winding me up now? Eddie Howe has stated that it is entirely possible that Wilson might actually miss the opening Premier League game against Southampton. I don't have to be the first person to put my hand up and say sell him. But that option's gone now because we can't bloody sell him because the guy's injured. So, oh my God, it is the most infuriating thing ever. How is he injured already? I haven't even kicked the ball in pre-season. Then him, Luis Mario already out. Joe Willock and Tina Livramento, those two have not even got back yet. And then on top of that, bottoming the side of them ACL tests. We've already got 6 players out before we've actually done anything. And that's our problem I had last season already filtering its way into this season. We've actually hired a specialist to make sure that when players get injured now, you can actually look into how they get injured and how we can get them back as soon as possible. But it's the same ones every single time. Callum Wilson injured again. It's a joke. It's actually a joke. He needs a procedure sorted out and he's back, and it's just... He should have been sorted last season. You could have sorted him in January. You could have sorted him. Atletico Madrid would have got around 10 to 15 million pounds. We keep him. He's barely played since. I mean, you're talking 5-6 games max he's played since that incident. He's been injured twice again. What do we do now? Obviously, we're going to buy a new striker, surely. But I don't think we can sell Wilson because who's going to buy this guy who keeps getting injured every single time? So unless the team in Saudi wants to do us a favour, we're stuck with him, which is the most annoying thing ever. Because I like him as a player. When he plays, he's actually good. But surely at some point, if you're Callum or if you're Newcastle, you put your hand up and you go, you know what? I need to take some time away, or I just need to retire. Because, I mean, my God, this guy is getting hurt every time he plays. It's ridiculous. But... well, that's what we're going to start the video off. The obvious, it was that Callum Wilson's injured again. You can almost laugh at this point, you can almost cry as well, because I'm just so sick of to mention this in a video. I feel like it's the same thing every 2 months. I feel like I'm coming out and I'm saying the same thing. You know what? I could have actually went back a couple of months, just took a 5-minute segment out of that video while I'm talking about Wilson's injury and just dump it in here, and it might as well be the same video because it's just the same thing every time. He just gets injured time and time again, and it's that back is just destroying him. But surely you come to that point where either Eddie Howe, you go up to Callum and go, you know what, we need to go elsewhere, or you Callum yourself, you put your hand up and go, I need to call it a day, because it's not normal. This is normal behaviour, getting injured this much in your back. Like, surely he's got to accept that his time might be coming to an end, because we can't do this as a football club. Like, it's not good enough. But it's one of those ones where it's been reported now, obviously, that Newcastle have got a striker as a priority, not their main priority. It's still a bit of time off from going in for a striker. Declare or looking to bring someone in, which you're going to have to, because again we're stuck with Wilson now that he's been injured. So I made a video yesterday talking about how Everton's failed takeover will actually benefit Newcastle now, and straight away Everton need to sell some players now, so I fully expect us to go back in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as I've already mentioned. This is a player that Newcastle had previously wanted about a month ago. Eddie Howe wanted to bring him in, but the problem being is that Everton wanted £40 million, but since now they need to sell some players, or that's for them to actually buy in this window, because I haven't got any money to buy anything. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will drop in price, so will drop in value, and Newcastle, I don't know exactly how much you could potentially get him in for now, but it would be cheaper for Newcastle, so it might actually be an option we're going for now. I know Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you might as well just call a younger Callum Wilson, but let's give DCL some respect. He's not going to be this all the time. He's not going to be getting injured, I would assume, this frequent. But then again, he is also a player that gets injured, so can he be asked to essentially spend your striker money on someone that is just going to be in the same sort of situation where you're going to be praying he doesn't get injured every match? So it's one of those ones for Newcastle where it's a tricky balance to get in there. But I just want to say, before we talk about Eddie Howe and talk about everything that went on with him yesterday, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you get down here, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button as well. You enjoy plenty more content coming out before we head to Japan next week, and I'm just hoping there's some players by the time I'm in Japan actually able to play, because the amount of injuries that are coming out is still a joke. But pre-season, in terms of playing matches, is about to commence now. No Wilson, no Miley, 2 players that have already been injured since the end of the season. I mean, just freak injuries as well. It's so damn annoying. But in terms of Eddie Howe, though, because he had an interesting time yesterday. So he did all his media duties yesterday, where every single company that is doing media work for Newcastle actually all done an individual interview with Eddie Howe. So they always sat down with him and they all chatted to him. I watched a good few of these. I thought Eddie Howe came across well. I will say straight away. I don't think he's going to leave. I'll mention that part. However, he did put a bit of a warning message out on Newcastle, and it's probably the first interview where I've seen him do someone like this. It felt almost a bit out of character for him, but because of everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks with Amanda murdered, Eddie's almost been a little hesitant. He kind of comes out and goes, listen, things had to be well for me. Things had to be exactly how I want it, or I'm going to leave. He's almost like that, really. If the ownership going forward isn't fully backing Eddie Howe, doesn't want to be there. That was kind of the message he put across. And not a case that he's going to leave. I don't think he's going to leave at all, but it was just a case that quite a few things have changed around over the past couple of weeks. I want some assurances. I want to make sure that I can sit down with all of these new staff members and I get everything I want done. Otherwise, if I don't get my 100% back and I'm going to go elsewhere. That was kind of the message he put across, which I can't blame Eddie Howe for. I thought it was fair enough. I liked how honest he was. I felt big parts probably were a bit rehearsed. I think some of the journalists spoken about how they felt like everything was a bit uncomfortable, felt like things were a bit unnatural, which, yeah, I can kind of see that. And I think it's obvious that was rehearsed, of course, because it's obviously a big interview for Eddie Howe to go through due to the fact that, again, he's been linked to the England job. For example, Eddie Howe actually talks about the fact that he didn't know England had lost Southgate. He didn't know that Southgate had went. He only found out because of journalists coming in. I mean, that's absolute BS. I know Eddie Howe doesn't use social media, but he's not a caveman. Like, sure, he's been on social media at some point, whether that be watching TV or done something in Germany. He's definitely seen it at some point at Adidas HQ, but yeah, for some reason he pretended like he didn't know Southgate had left, which I don't know why he did that, but he's going to stay anyway. Though I felt like from the message that he put across there, got no fear of him leaving. I thought he was quite honest when he was talking about his time at Newcastle. He felt quite honoured to be the Newcastle manager. He spoke to great length of the football club, and I think he assured fans quite a lot. And I think he did come across quite well. Just a bit out of character for Howe, though. He was not demanding, but he was a bit hesitant towards Newcastle. He was making sure that when we are going to be heading forward now, he wanted actually to sit down with the ownership, he wanted to sit down with the club and just see where we are now. And you just felt it felt like quite a lot's happened over the last couple of weeks, because again, I don't know too much about Amanda and murder, but the more I see about it, the more it doesn't feel like a natural move for them to make. So obviously something has happened and then they decided to leave, and it's kind of filtered into the first team dressing room now. So it's Eddie Howe's kind of just make sure that everything's calmed down. He wants things to be his way so they can now move forward and now get over it and now be able to progress in the next stage I want to be. So that was it in terms of Eddie Howe. Just a bit of a warning message. Nothing serious, nothing where you guys should go, oh God, he's just going to leave. I don't think it's a case like that at all, but definitely something a little off over the Amanda murdered situation. So I wish I could tell you more about it. I don't know what's happened, but yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but we'll move past it now. Eddie Howe's going to stay. You just think this is probably a couple of weeks so all the new staff members are kind of settling, and then he knows what he wants to do going forward. But you just ask for assurances from Newcastle. I think he'll get those assurances because he just admitted himself that if he doesn't get them, he's going elsewhere. So yeah, it'll happen. Newcastle should hopefully have a good season ahead, but it's a big season with Howe as well. Losing Amanda and murder is a big thing for him because he's essentially lost his backing in terms of the ownership. Amanda and murder were massive advocates for Eddie Howe. You bring him into the football club, it would have been them who defended him to the ownership, but now that you take those two out, it's Howe versus the PAF. So it's a big battle. If the PAF isn't happy with him, Howe's in massive trouble. So it's a big season for him, it's a big season for everyone, and it's the season now that I feel like if things don't go well, there'll be changes made, and that's the brutal reality of it. And straight away, when you look at instant like the Callum Wilson one, a player that probably should have been sorted already, the player you will look at that and go, hang on, he's injured again. Why isn't he so? Like, it's something that the PIF won't be pleased about. You can understand why I'm not pleased about, because he should have been so. It was an obvious sale to make, and it's now punished just because we didn't sell him, and we can't sell him now because he's injured. So honestly, it's a nightmare, Callum Wilson. It's a shame because I do love him, but has to go now. Has to retire. I would almost argue at this point. But yeah, that was the big update in this video. Wilson is injured, and Eddie Howe had a bit of a warning message to the media yesterday when he was speaking out. It was still a good interview though. It was still a good interview. I'm pleased where we are now, and over the next few days we'll get some players in. But sorry for a bit of a negative video there. It's not really much else to talk about. It just has been negative, unfortunately. So be back in the next one, hopefully more positive, and we'll look ahead to pre-season. But Wilson injured again. How many times now?